All right, so y'all already know Disney had their whole expo thing where they showing off D23, right? They announced so much from Incredibles 3 to Moana 2 to Avatar 3, like just so much is coming. They of course got to the Marvel section and they gave us some trailers and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and talk about Agatha since it's one of the Marvel shows that I'm actually excited for, that and Ironheart, by the way. But I think they only like released certain trailers for the public and Agatha was one of them. So I was like, let's get into it. Why not? So first of all, I think that Catherine is definitely going to do well. Like there's just no doubt in my mind. She was so much fun to watch in WandaVision. So I think as long as the script makes some kind of sense, this could be a really fun watch. So you remember when we left off with, or where we left off with WandaVision. Remember Wanda went full on Scarlet Witch mode, like completely gagged me and defeated Agatha. I think the only thing that got a gayer reaction out of me than this, right, than seeing this, at least in the MCU, was the entire Multiverse of Madness movie. Like, I really got my life seeing her headpiece and her outfit appear. Like, I was always remember this moment. Right, but after Wanda defeated Agatha, she was like, okay, I'm gonna just keep you mentally locked up in Westview playing the same role that you chose, the nosy neighbor. And Agatha was like, no, please, wait, please, oh my God, wait, no, please, don't do it. And she was like, you're gonna need me eventually. And so I'm sure this show, Agatha All Along, is going to show us exactly why Agatha said that. Now, in the beginning of the trailer, it's almost like Agatha is kind of remembering pieces of what happened at the end of WandaVision, but not really. Like she's doing some investigation as a detective or something on the police or something. And from the way that the trailer is cut, at least, it seems like she's remembering like flashes of her fight with Wanda. I could be wrong though, and that's just how Marvel is cutting the trailer to trick us or whatever. They've done it before. But I mean, at least that's what I'm getting from it. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how they explain Agatha's evolution from a nosy neighbor to a detective, right? Because last time we saw her, like I said, Wanda had trapped her in this nosy neighbor role. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how she progresses from just walking around Westview as a nosy neighbor to being this detective. I mean, that's not really that far of a jump because detectives are going to be in everyone's business by the very nature of their job. So she still could be classified as a nosy neighbor. It just would be cool to see, like, maybe her becoming a detective is like Agatha, like fighting her way out of Wanda's spell, even though she still is like this nosy character, like this nosy person in Westview. At least she's like fighting her way up to being a detective. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. They could find so many ways to explain it. Either way, it seems like when she's doing her investigation, or they called her out there, they found a body in the woods or something, they bring the body back. Later on, the name Wanda Maximoff appears. And at first, I was like, okay, maybe this is documentation from the morgue or something, because we've seen this body and stuff. So I'm just like, and she's, to me, she gives me very much like she's a detective or something. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe this card is just from the morgue and they got different dates down here for some reason. But then I looked closely at the bottom of the card and it says State of New Jersey Public Library, Westview Branch. And I was like, okay, well, that makes more sense considering there were so many dates on this card. Like, is somebody just dying and getting up over and over again? It makes more sense that like it's in somebody's book or it's checking out a book or something. You know, these dates, like it makes more sense. So I was like, maybe Agatha, as this detective or whatever, is searching around for clues for something, but maybe because they found that body. I don't know. Searching around for clues for something because reality feels so wrong to her. Or maybe, like I said, she's doing detective work trying to figure out who the body is and going around to these library. Did she check out a book? Did she do something? Like, I'm reaching at this point right now, but like, this is what I'm seeing. Now, Agatha's heard in the trailer saying, she took every bit of power that I had. No shade to you, Agatha, but that's what Nexus beings do. No shade. She takes power from everybody, girl. Everybody just has to bow down, bend the knee, not only to Rhaenyra, but obviously to Wanda. Maxima, first of her name. Do you see what I'm saying? The Scarlet Witch, destroyer of your towns. Like, don't let me give Wanda a full Westerosi title right now. Like, bend the knee. Agatha continues by saying, I'm assembling a coven. We got to get back on top. Now, let's talk about this. I think this is Wiccan, or at least that's what a lot of the rumors have been saying for the longest time, but they haven't gone as far, at least Marvel has not gone as far as like identifying who this boy exactly is. Like, all they have him listed online and in these credits as is teen. Like, this is all they have him listed as. Now, like I said, I really think that this is Wiccan. I don't see why it wouldn't be at this point. But as with everything, that Marvel has recently done, I am really, cautiously approaching it, because remember the last time they Ralph Bonered us? Remember the last time? So it's like, I don't want this to be another thing where y'all leading us on and, and then we get a Ralph. We get a Ralph. I'm over it. So this better be Wiccan. This better be Wiccan, or else I'm coming to the Marvel headquarters to protest with some big offensive signs, okay? This better be Wiccan. Simply do not play with me. We got to see this gay boy's powers. Like, we have to. We have to. Now, Agatha wants to walk the witch's road as part of a quest that involves facing trials to regain what she has lost, particularly her powers. Now, the Witch's Road is described as a magical gauntlet that, if successfully navigated, rewards witches with what they are missing. Now, the gay boy says, Wiccan, let me tell you something, he better be Wiccan. Wiccan says, the Witch's Road will give you the thing you want most if you can make it to the end. But Patti LuPone warns us that the road is a death wish. Aubrey is here playing Rio Vidal, which is an original character created for the MCU. Some kind of warrior witch or something is all the information that I could see, like immediately see. So we're going to get into that when the show comes. They're about to be singing just like they were doing in WandaVision. Deborah is here. Kitty Foreman's here. Hey, Miss Mamas. The difficulty, of course, for the witches, because I heard one of them say, how do we pass this trial without any powers? So Agatha's down bad. She ain't got no coven. She ain't got no power. She walking through the valley of the shadow of death. Like, she just over here going through it, honey. Trying to get these powers back. Trying to get out of Wanda's spell, apparently, or whatever. So it's interesting because I want y'all to explain how the magic works, and I guess that's what I'm going to talk about for the last part of the video. It's just like, okay, when Wanda locked Agatha up in Westview mentally, telepathically, magically, or whatever, Agatha just like went into this character, this mode where it seems like she was unaware that she's even under a spell. So I wonder how they're going to break through that, like what y'all going to say happened with that. And she did it, I guess, the first time since the hex didn't complete. In WandaVision, Agatha was able to mess with Wanda even while the hex was up. So it's possible. I just want to know how they going to explain it, because some people said it looks like they're going to be going through different genres, like when it comes to horror movies, witchy movies, Wizard of Oz, like all the pop culture witches, like those kinds of things they're going to go through with this show. And I think that could be really fun. I think that's a lot of fun. But at the same time, I want the magic of the MCU to be fleshed out even more. Like, every time we get a new magic show or movie, like, I want the world to expand. Like, the rules of the magic, what's going on. Like, okay, we got these pop culture witches and this pop culture magic. Okay, that's cool. But I also want the MCU magic to be fleshed out to the point where I can be like, okay, this is what Agatha did to get out of Wanda's hex. This is how Wanda's spell on Agatha worked, and this is how it was undone. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I think it could be fun. I think this show could be really fun. I love how the powers look. The tone of it looks really good too. It doesn't seem like they shine away from magic. I don't ever understand why people create fantasy shows about people with powers and magic and all this, and don't show us anything. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm glad they not shying away from it. But like I've said over and over, with Marvel, I am now entering into everything they're doing with a sense of extreme caution, because they done got me, tricked me, fooled me one too many times at this point. But I'm just saying that this looks cautiously I'm cautiously optimistic about how this looks, and if it will be a good show. So let me know what y'all think. Love y'all so much, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace. All right, y'all, make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, this sequel, is following up the first book that is already released called Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing fantasy and stuff, so just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Zeraxia, The Vengeance of Cold Wind, right? And go to Zeraxia.com, sign up, join the wait list, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.